Let's take a look at the chart for Bitcoin. Okay, so here's what we're looking at, and we're looking at this in my last video as well. We had resistance, resistance, support, support. We were in a channel pattern, something like this. We broke to the downside. Now what I'm looking at is targeting from the top to the bottom of this channel pattern, dragging this to the breakout, and I was looking at a target of around 41.5k. So I think that's the target that I'm looking at. The other thing I'm doing is I have resistance right here and resistance right here. Let's do a downtrend like this. We're on the daily time frame, and I think this is the downtrend that I am watching until we break this downtrend going to the upside. I'm looking at that level around 41.5k, which is sitting at around, let's go ahead and do a horizontal line at 41.5k, somewhere right here. And you could actually double click on the horizontal lines, go to coordinates. You could change the coordinates. So let's go ahead and do that at 41.5. All right, so this is where my limit order is set, and it kind of lines up with this previous support right here. And I've been talking about this. I hope we can hold above this previous low right there. The other thing I wanted to show you is that I thought was kind of interesting is if we zoom out a little bit, we have some support right here and support right here. I'm watching this trend line, or I was kind of looking at this trend line, something like this. And I think this target kind of lines up with this support level. So I'm kind of curious if we're going to be able to come down, hit the target, and get support on this trend line and get a bounce out. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now. Hopefully that's what happens. I think if we break this trend line going to the downside, then we'll probably be looking at lower levels, maybe like 30,000 or something like that, because if we zoom into the previous lows over here, we have support in this area right here, and then we have support in this area right here. I mean, we came down, wick down right there, wick down, came down, found support, and then finally got that bounce out. But what I'm thinking is we could use this and draw a trend line. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. We have a trend line, something like this. Right now the bodies on the daily time frame are kind of, looks like it's kind of trending down, so I don't know, that's kind of interesting. But in general, what I'm looking at, we could even do a horizontal line. Let's go ahead and do a horizontal line so it's kind of a little easier to see where we're looking at, though. Maybe this level right there is what I'll be kind of watching, since we got so much support in it, and it's more of a recent previous support, should I say. So this is looking at around 29.6k. That's where the bottom of the bodies is right there. I mean, 30k in general is a nice psychological level. We did wick down all the way down to, what do we have, 28.8k right here, and this one wicked down to around 29.3k. So like I was saying, if we break this trend line going to the upside right here, then this is the first level that I'll be looking at. Hopefully we could hold support on this one, and if not, then we're going to be even looking at lower levels, and we could cross those bridges when we get there. That's why I'm saying, though, I really hope we could hold support on this 41.5k. I've been talking about this for a while, that I want to get a higher low than this low right here, because if we go ahead and delete everything real quick, we have a low, high, low, high. Right now we're coming down, we're looking for a low. If we go lower than this low, we have this low right here. If we go lower, we'll be setting a lower low, and that's pretty much what a downtrend is, or I think it'll be like the start of a downtrend, possibly a bear. I mean, this is possibly a sign of a bear market in my opinion, and that's why I was saying maybe we'll be coming down to this level and hoping that we could, I don't know, this is just my speculation, until we break some of these trend lines. Like, we have to break this level right here until for me to be more confident that we're coming down here. And like I said, we have that trend line right here. Until we break this trend line, then I'm still thinking that we have a chance to hold support on like 41.5k. But this is just my opinion. I'm also looking at this resistance right here, though. We have resistance, resistance, resistance. This is the daily time frame, and this is pretty much from the top to where we are now, and we could do a downtrend, something like this. So I mean, we are technically in this downtrend, and until we break to the top side, or until we break out of it, then it might be pushing us down, but we are kind of coming into contact with this support zone right here, and it is getting very close as to which way we're going to go. And this is very interesting. I'm kind of curious as to whether Bitcoin is going to go down or if it's going to get support and start pushing up. Let's go ahead and jump in the 4-hour time frame just to kind of get a little, I don't know, just to see how this is doing, because last time I checked this was getting a little bit of support right here at around 42.8k. It wicked down all the way down to 42.4k. But if we go to like the 1-hour time frame, what I was kind of looking at is we had support right here, and then we had resistance. So let's do, it kind of looks like a little triangle pattern. This is the 1-hour time frame, and by the time you watch this, it'll probably be done, but it kind of looks like we might be doing a little triangle, something like this. We could drag this to the breakout, and maybe we're looking at a target right now of around 43,737, which kind of lines up with this previous resistance right there. So I mean, it's possible we get some volatility within this little triangle that we're in right now too. I mean, it's possible that we bounce up and then do something like this from the bottom where we're at right now to where we were just a while ago. I mean, like up here in this area right here is about 7-8%, or to this trend line, should I say. If we could bounce back up like 8%, if it gives us resistance, it's possible we might be getting some volatility right now. I'm not sure. It kind of looks like we're getting a little bit of support right here, but I'm not sure how long that'll last or if it'll push all the way up. Like I said, I'm kind of looking at that 41.5k level, which is somewhere, let's go ahead and redo that horizontal line real quick. So yeah, I'm looking at that 41.5k. I don't know if it's going to come down and hit it. That's where my limit order is. I don't know if we're going to come down and hit it. In general, I would probably rather that we get a bounce in general rather than have to go down any further, but that's where the limit order is. I have a position that's higher too. I mean, I've been accumulating in general. This is where the next spot that I want to accumulate at. So let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think we're going to be able to hold this support, this big support that we've been getting, or do you think we're going to go down and start testing like 30k and stuff like that? I don't know. We're in this downtrend, so, and you never know with Bitcoin. So it's also possible that we get a bounce out right now. I mean, I don't know. It's possible that we don't hit my 41k level and we get a bounce right now. It does look like we're getting a little bit of momentum. So let's see if we can keep this momentum going to the upside. What I really want to see us do is break that bigger downtrend though. I think that's one of the more main things I'm looking at. And also the other thing I was looking at too, there's two downtrends, should I say. So there's that big one from the top to the bottom, and then we also have one from right here to right here. It's a more recent one, so this might even be another thing to watch. In my opinion, we have two downtrends. That's what I'm trying to say. We have this resistance right here, from here to here. We have a downtrend like this, and then we also have a bigger one from the top to like this resistance right here. Let me know what you guys think though. If you guys like Bitcoin, hit that thumbs up button. If you have any questions, check out the Discord. I'll leave a link in the comments. If you want to support the channel, go check out my Patreon. If you're new to trading and want to learn how to get started at looking at charts and stuff, check out this playlist right here. It's an intro to TradingView. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one.